Good afternoon, it's Holly Miller with Country Road Crafts, and what I'm going to do today is I picked up some stuff from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to decoupage it. So, and then I'm going to go back to some of the project I did last week to finish. So here's the little things I picked up at Dollar Tree, if you guys can see that. And I am going to put these little decoupage papers on this. I think I'm going to turn it around. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So I have got Fusion Mineral Paint Top Coat. I'm going to use as my decoupage medium. And I am just going, this thing here I couldn't get apart, but I can pull it apart a little bit. So I'm going to put decoupage medium or my tough coat in between these just to get some paper right there. So you guys can see what I'm doing. I can pry them apart a little bit. And then I'm going to put the decoupage paper back, like right. You can see what I'm doing. So squish it in a hole. Okay, so I got it behind the thing here, so I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out, make sure I got it all smooth first, because it's got a little bit on the corner here. Okay, so I've got some medium here. This is Fusion Tough Coat or Top Coat, and I am just going to put some on here and redo these little white hearts. It was like a heart thing from the Dollar Tree. I think I paid $3 for it. It couldn't have been much because I wouldn't have paid much more than that for them. I thought when I got them I could take them apart, but I can't. So I'm just going to keep adding some here. I just lost all my papers on the floor, so it's okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wet these and take that off the edges off of this. So let's see if I can get a brush wet here. So, and I'm going to pretend I'm going to paint some water around the edges here to rip this off. It'll be easier to trim if it's wet. In there, a little bit more here. The edges are a little wet, so I'm just going to tear it off. You can see what I'm doing. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. And there's a little bit right here. You guys see that right there? It's right there. I'm just going to rip that off. come back and sand it up at the end here. But I'm going to go ahead and put some on the top. But I'll come back and clean up the edges once it dries. So I'm just going to make some Valentine's Day decor is what I'm trying to do. If you guys have questions, just put them in the comments and I'll answer them. Okay. Okay. That's one. Let's see the other one here. I think I wanted that one on there. So I'm going to put this one on the middle. So I am going to put some decoupage medium. This is just Fusion top coat. I'll put the items in the descriptions when I'm done. The name of the paper is Butterfly. I think it's called Butterfly Masterboard, but I'll definitely put that in the description as well. And this came already painted, so I didn't paint these. They were already painted from Dollar Tree. But they're cute, and I figured I can do something with them. With the decoupage and add a little bit of something to them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to peel it back and add a little more top coat here. Top coat Fusion. Let me put those in here because I'm going to reuse that. I'm trying to spread it all out here and put some decoupage medium underneath it. The edges here aren't quite down, so I'm going to put some more medium around the edges here, maybe down around the bottom. Make sure it's down good. And I'm going to smooth it out. There's a little bit right there, the bubble right there, so I didn't get enough medium down. So I'm just going to pull it up without ripping it and put a little bit right there. Because I have missed that spot. Okay, I'm going to try to lay it back down. There we go. Right here too. Okay. So I am just upcycling a decor stuff from Dollar Tree. And I wanted to put different colors on it instead of just white. So I added some decoupage paper. Thank you so much. I have no clue what's going on there, but that's okay because it's working. I appreciate it. I'm going to save that for later. You guys see what I'm doing? This is already wet, so I'm just going to take it and just trim the edges. And where it's wet, it's easier to trim the edges. So I'd rather just tear it, make it look like it's old. And but it doesn't make it, like when I cut it with the scissors, it looks like it has straight edges. So if I tear it, it makes it like little jagged edges. I don't know if you can see that, little jagged edges. And I like that, so I can add some stuff to it and make it look old. I'm just going to turn around. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Just going to tear around the edges here. You guys see what I'm doing, hopefully. And I will take a sandpaper around the edges to get that off once it dries. And I put some down along the bottom. Turn it around. Again, it's wet on the edges, so it's easy to tear. I don't want to use scissors because it gives me too straight of an edge. You see what I'm doing? Just tear it with my fingers. Makes it not a straight, uniform lines. It makes it kind of jagged, and I like that. Okay. I gotta stick to my finger. So, you guys see? And it tore a little bit. That's okay, because I'm going to put a little bit of wax on here in a minute after it dries to give a little bit of aged look to it. I'm going to put some medium on top. Make sure it has a good protectant on top. And once this dries, I will go back and take the sand paper and go along the edges a little better, because some of the edges I missed a little bit right there. I'll just take that to it. Glad you guys can join us tonight. Just leave the comments in the, there's something going on, I can't see the comments. So if you guys can leave the comments or the questions in the comments, and I'll come back and answer those afterwards. And I'm going to leave the descriptions of the products in the comments also when I'm done. Yep. So I got 2 of them done. So this other one here, I want to put this big old flower on it. You guys see what I'm doing? So I'm just trying to fit. I'm going to put it on this one, so I have to lift up the other. So I'm going to fit it here. Yeah, so I think it's going to fit right there. So I need to put some decoupage medium down. Glad you guys can join us tonight. So this here, I couldn't get it, like it's connected and glued in down at the bottom here, so I couldn't get it out without breaking it. So I am just going to lift it like this. You can get a little crack in there. I'm going to lift it and put decoupage medium in there, and then I'm going to slide that paper down in there. There's probably a better way, but this is what I'm doing. Okay, so that's what we're doing right there. I got a bubble right there. That's okay. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Not a big deal. So I got it all underneath there, so I'm going to put the medium down and put the rest of the way up. around the edges and make sure the edges are down. And I'm going to take this and rip off the edges like I did the other ones. Make them jagged a little bit. That's what I'm doing here. Because it's already wet, it's easier to tear, and I don't want to have uniform lines. So I am going to, let's see it right there. I'm going to, yep. Whoop, where are we at? There we are. So, you see that? And I'll sand that off to make it fit a little better. So but first I'm going to put some decoupage. Actually, this is Fusion top coat. And if you noticed before, it had lines in it, so I'm going to fix that too. So tear this side like this. Get down in that corner. So what I did was just take the end of this and then poke it down in the line and just score it. It's not tearing it, it just poked it down. So you can see that? To make those little lines because I wanted that to come out. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. When that dries, I'll just sand it off. So we'll do the same thing to this. I'm just going to score it down the middle here. Oh, you can't see me. We've got these. Ooh. There we go. This one right there. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments and I will come back and answer them. I'm not sure why I can't see the comments, but I will get to them once I'm complete with this. So I'm going to do the same thing for the third one. I'll flip it around so we can see it. I'm going to score it. You guys see the little slats on it. I'm just going to take the little spatula, just stick it down the hole and run it across. See? So I still have that distressed look, and then I have the decoupage papers on it. So good to go. So I am going to add a little more top coat, so make sure it's sealed, and I'm going to write on it. So that's why I want to make sure it's good and sealed. I want to seal it, and then I want to put some wax, some brown wax on it to give it age look. And then I'm going to write on it. Don't know if I'll get the writing on done before the end of the live. If not, I will show it in the comments for you guys when I'm completed. And like I said, I just got this little a decor from Dollar Tree for like, I'm pretty sure it was just $3 because I wouldn't have spent more than $3 for it. But it's cute. It's different. And now it's really different because I put what I wanted on it instead of just white. So if you have questions on anything I did, just let me know. And I'm going to set this to the side and let it dry. Once it's dry, I'm going to take the sandpaper to the edges to get the little bit of stuff off the edges there. And then I am going to write on it. Okay. Ooh, pretty. Okay. I'm going to set it to the side, let it dry. So last week, I was working on a few things. I was working on a bowl. So I'm going to finish up the back side of the bowl today. So let's see. You guys can see that? So I'm going to paint the back side here. This is your from Fusion Mineral Paint. Just regular acrylic paint from Fusion Mineral Paint. Just going to paint it. Frank did this bowl on the lathe, and I decoupaged it last week and put some stencil. I did a raised stencil on it, and then I put the decoupage paper on it, which makes it. And then I put metallic wax on it, so you see the raised. The raised stencil there, and it's all highlighted with the. Now the dog's going to bark, so I do apologize. I'm not sure what she's after in there. Okay. So I'm going to paint around this little edge right here. If you guys have questions on what I'm doing, put them in the comments, and afterwards I can go back. I can't see comments right now. So I took pieces of decoupage paper and put it down, and you guys can see I just took like all the scraps like this that I cut. I just put them onto this and made one big Mod Podge basically of decoupage, because I do not throw away my scraps. I cannot. I paid for them. They are mine. I am not going to waste them. And Frank bought me a wall, a temporary wall, and he says I can paint it. So I think those squares that I got from, I'll show you in a second, the squares that I got from, I got it from Dollar Tree, the plastic little 10 square looking things. I am actually going to put those on my wall. I'll show you guys when I'm done what I'm going to do here. Let me paint this up real quick. You guys see that? Looks nice with that decoupage. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to paint copper on the top lip. This is just something we did last week. I'm just trying to finish it up. And this is Fusion Mineral Paint Copper. That's all it is. Not the wax, just the paint. You see it? Metallic copper, and it's paint. I'm just going to brush it on. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm glad to be here with my friends. If you have comments or questions, leave them in, or if you have questions or want to know something I'm working on here, leave your questions in the comments and I'll get back to them. I'm not sure why they're not popping up. Having issues today with what is it called? Facebook. So I do apologize. But I'm going to try to keep talking to y'all because I talk to myself all day long. So you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just painting copper around the top rim. I'm trying to stay neat. Trying. So painting this. Glad you guys are joining me tonight. So if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll come back and answer them. Frank turned this bowl on his lathe a couple weeks ago, and last week I put a raised stencil on it, and then I put pieces of decoupage, like a Mod Podge of decoupage on there, and then I highlighted it with metallic wax. You guys can see that color sticking out of there. What, you like it?
Mm.
I'm not sure I'm gonna do the inside yet. It's still gonna take me about 2 more weeks to finish. I gotta have it done by next Tuesday. Comments aren't working on this, so I'm not sure. It's okay. I can answer them later. So making sure I'm getting all this covered because I want this covered. And this is copper. It's a Fusion Mineral Paint copper paint, metallic paint. And I love the copper with the azure colors together. When I get this finished, I'll put it up online so you guys can see the completed project. I'll have to touch up the edges here. Hey, I'm sorry guys, I got caught up painting. So I'm just trying to paint this rim, this copper, and covering up the wood color because I'm trying to, Frank wanted me to paint it. So that's what I'm doing. And last week, like I said, I put, if you go to last week's live, I did a raised stencil with pieces of decoupage on it. And then I took, once the raised stencil dried, I took, after I put the decoupage paper on, I highlighted the raised stencil with metallics. That's what you can see right there is what all that is. You guys can see I missed right there. Look at that. I think that's it. Well, that's right there's a little light. That's the back of that one. So I'm going to show you real quick. This is what the one looked like last week that I did the get this down. When I did the decoupage, I put the azure down. I put the pieces of decoupage all over it, and it's in one of those sticky squares I got from what is it called? From I got it from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to take some of this. This is just the paint I just put on the bowl. So I'm just going to splash it around this a little bit to give it a little bit of texture. And make the color stand out a little bit. Because Frank bought me a temporary wall. And he says I can paint it. Oh, see that piece right there? So I'm going to take that off. So he said I can paint it. So I'm going to take these little squares, I think, and paint them all, paint a handful of them, because it fits right on that wall. So kind of dry brushing it on top. And if you want, you can wipe it off. Just splash it around. And I got these at Dollar Tree too. I got them a while ago though, because I got them and then I didn't use them, but now I'm going to use them because I like them. They look like it's plastic, but it looks tin. See how the metallics are sticking to the raised pitcher. And this is bronze, Fusion Metal Paint bronze, and I just want a little bit of this. I'm going to wipe it back. You guys see how that bronze is making that design pop out? Then I could take that piece of towel and wipe it back. And then later I could add the shimmer colors of the orange gold that I have. So I'm wiping it back a little bit. You guys see that? So I'll finish that. I'll get that up on the thing. Don't think this other one's dry yet. Maybe. So this might be dry. Let's see what we got. Sand the edges. Let's see. You can see that. So piece right here. It's hanging off the edges a little bit. You guys can see it right there. Yep. There you go. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Hopefully I can get this thing fixed, whatever's going on. I can start seeing comments again. So see right there, that came out. So I'm going to actually put a little bit more of that down. There you go. Not a big deal. There you go. See? And when I sand, I'm trying to sand straight so it just chops it off the edge. You see that? So that little piece right there hanging, you guys see that right there? But just take that and there we go. Put some right there. So, you guys see how that's a little rustic? See that? It still looks a little funky right there though. I'm gonna turn over here. See, get the back side of it, because I am not liking how that's looking jagged. There it goes. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more decoupage medium down just to make sure the edge right there is it's not lifting, but makes me nervous. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of brown wax. Give me 1 second. And what I got there is fusion. And it's espresso. And I am just going to get my little towel here, and I am going to just touch the edges a little bit to give it a little distress lip. Oh, you guys can't see. Sorry. Just touching it up a little bit just to give it a little distress lip. I'll put some of this too. There we go. Now you can see. Got one tissue there. Got an actual tissue and not my cloth. There we go. Shot cloth thing. There we go. So I'm going to put some wax on it. I can wipe it back when I get some on there. It'll wipe back. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. You guys can't see. Let's see. Let's reverse. Along the edges here, I'm going to try to highlight them a little bit. Sorry, guys. So, try to get them here so you guys can see. I want the edges to look like they're old, so that's why I'm putting the wax on. You guys can see. Right there. See how it's distressed like? That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so that right there lifted. I'm going to put that down right here. There we go. I'll just let that part dry. Just trying to get a little bit of distress on there so it doesn't look so white. I want it to look like it's been in our family forever. Even though I just bought it at Dollar Tree. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, you don't have to put anything else on it. That would be just fine that way, but I want to write on it because I do. So let's see if I can get this on here without making too big of a mess. There we go. So I'm going to write, and what this is just a metallic chalk marker. There we go. I'm just going to write. How about that, guys? So there's that project. And I'll take a picture of that. So I'm going to do this real quick. So I have this here, and I did some raised stencil because I had some leftovers last week. So I'm just going to paint this with the azure that I had left over. And I got this at Dollar Tree too for $1.25 because I love these things. I love Dollar Tree. And I'm making my own decor because I don't want everything white. And everybody's looks the same, so I put the little raised stencil on it. You see? Okay. Look, I can't see it. Where y'all at? I may have to go back and put a tuck coat on if it starts not wanting to stick. But it seems like it's got a little texture to it, so it might want to stick. There we go. Whoop. And what this is a floating, it's called a floating shelf. You guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay. I'm going to paint the top. And after I paint it and it dries, I'm going to put decoupage scraps on it. I'm going to put it on the wall. See how this is looking? I may have to, it's actually staying on there, I don't know. It's textured. Now I might have to come back and put another kind of thing on it. I don't care for it to be all the way colored. Just want a little bit of color. The color stayed on the front pretty good. And the bottom. Just not the top. And I have leftover scraps of this, so. Actually, I'm going to put this here. Across this. Again, from Dollar Tree. I don't like looking like everybody else's stuff, so I will do my own. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. If you have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll come back and answer them. Okay, guys, I will finish this up and I will get pictures of it. It's going to be the same way that I did the bowl, just some splish splash on it. And I want it just to be different. I got this at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to put it on the wall. And I like this kind of stuff. might run over a few minutes tonight. I'm gonna get this finished. It'll take a minute. Blue's snoring, guys. I'm sorry. You can hear her snoring. So I got this at Dollar Tree, and it was white. And I'm just going to paint. I'm just going to put decoupage on it. And I'll probably take some wax and distress it when it dries. My fingers are, one stuck to my finger. My fingers are stuck to it. There. Okay. Stuck to my finger. Yeah. Hang on, I had it stuck to my finger. Okay. I'm gonna rip this a little bit. There you go. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll come back and answer them. I have an issue seeing the comments tonight. So there's this. Now we'll come back when it dries and put some wax on it. And it will be a day. There we go. All right, guys. And I'll take pictures of all this and show you those. I'll put them up on the site when I get them finished the next day or so. So the wall Frank bought me is here behind me. He got it at Hobby Lobby. And I figured out that these things fit on there. So I'm going to make my wall. He won't let me paint the wall, but he'll let me paint the fake wall. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to take me some time to do that. So you'll see that. I'm probably not live. I'm probably just going to do these as I can and get them on the wall. That's the plan. All right, guys. You have any questions, leave me a message and I will answer them. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.